Good morning, friends. Today we will discuss about profit and loss. Profit and loss is very important topic. It is another very important topic and very simple topic also. Right. There is only one formula in profit and loss. The formula is profit or loss percent is equal to your sales price minus cost price by cost price. Let's say uh, I am buying some goods at certain amount. Let's say I'm buying some book at 100 rupees and I am selling it for 120 rupees. My cost price is 100. My selling price is 120 rupees. Right. Here I am making 20 rupees profit. Right. If I have to convert that into percent, this 20 rupees by the amount for which I have bought, 20 by 100. 100 is my cost price. So whatever is the loss or profit amount by cost price, that becomes the percent. So 20 by 100. Right. This is point 0.2. Point is equal to 20%. So 20% is my profit percent. Let's say again, I have bought a book for 100 rupees and sold it for 80 rupees. This time I am losing 20 rupees. So my loss will become 20%. Right. Profit or loss is always calculated on cost price. This is the only thing that you have to remember. Right. With this simple formula, single formula, let's try to do all kinds of problems that are coming in various competitive exams. Okay. Very simple one. A sells a bicycle to B at a profit of 20% and B sells it to C at a profit of 25%. If C pays 225 for it, what did A pay for it? Right. He's saying A A bought it at some price. Okay. Let us assume A bought it for X rupees. Right. If the X is 100, then A is selling it to 120 rupees. Right. That is 20%. That is 1.2. 1 plus 20%. That is 1 plus zero point 0.2, which is 1.2. 1.2 is 1.2 into X. X is the cost price. Let's assume X is the cost price of A. What is A selling it to B? A is selling it to B at 1.2 into A. 1.2 because 1 plus 20% equal to 1 plus zero point 0.2 into A's cost price, which is X. 1.2 into X. This is what A is selling it to B. Now B's cost price will become 1.2X, right? Now B is selling it to C at a profit of 25%. That means C's selling price will become 1.25 into whatever is the B's cost price, right? The selling price to C will become 1.25 into whatever is the B's cost price. B's cost price is 1.2x. So total it becomes 1.2x into 1.25, which is equal to saying C paid 225 rupees. Right. What does x become? 1.2 into x into 1.25. X becomes 225 by 1.2 divided by 1.25, which becomes x equal to 150 rupees. What that means? A bought it for 150 rupees. A bought it for 150 rupees and then he made 20% profit on it. That means he made 30 rupees profit on that. He sold it for 180 to B and then B made again 25%. Again 25% means he made another 45 rupees profit and made it 225 and sold it to C. Right. It is like this. So you have to assume what is the cost price of A and then 20% profit means 1.2 into A, 1.2 into X. That is A's selling price. Now A's selling price will become B's cost price, which is this. That into 1.25 will become C's cost price, that is B's selling price. Right. That's how we are doing here. A cloth merchant says that due to slump in the market, he sells the cloth at 10% loss. But he uses a false meter scale, and actually gains 15%. Find the actual length of the scale. Right. This is very important problem. Please understand this clearly. Here we are getting a new concept. The concept is false scale concept. Right. How do you address this false scale? He's saying, the shopkeeper is saying he's selling at 10% loss. But in reality, because his scale is wrong, he's actually making 15% profit. Right. Now, how exactly do you solve this kind of problems? How exactly do you solve a problem where there is a dishonesty in the usage of scale, where there is the scale of the shopkeeper, be it in terms of weight, be it in terms of length, something is wrong. Same problem you will get in terms of instead of 1000 gram weight, they are using 900 grams weight, something like this. Okay, so now let's try to understand this. Okay, so let's say it's a 100-meter cloth. Okay, let us assume. Just forget about what is written here. Let's assume it's a 100-meter cloth. 100-meter cloth. Uh, the rate is 1 rupee per meter, and he has bought it for 100 rupees. Right. Now, the he's is doing his scale is wrong, and he's showing 90 meters as 100 meters and selling it for 100 rupees. Let's say the scale is wrong. He's trying to portray 90 meters as 100 meters, and then he's selling. So in effect, he's saying that he's selling 100 meters, but in reality he's selling 90 meters only. What does that mean? What that means is 90 meters, 100 meters is 100 rupees, let's say. 90 meters, the cost price is 90 rupees, right? Cost price is 90 rupees. What is the selling price? Selling price is 100 rupees, right? Because 90 meters, 90 is the cost price, and 90 is the cost price, selling price is 100, and his cost price is 90. This is equal to 10 by 9 or 1 by 9. 1 by 9, 1 by 9 is his profit percent. 1 by 9. 1 by 9% is 100 by 9. 11.11% is his profit percent, right? If he's doing like this, if he's using a 90-meter scale, or the scale with which he's measuring 90 meters only is portraying as 100, then the benefit, the profit he's getting is 11.1%. Okay. Similarly, now let's try to understand this. Okay, he's selling the cloth at 10% loss. Okay, 10% loss, but he uses a false meter scale gains uh, uh, and actually gains 15%. Find the actual length of the scale. Now, now here, if you closely observe, what we'll do, let us assume, the cost. Let us assume the cost price is X. Let us assume cost price of 1 meter of this cloth is X. Okay, 1 meter of this cloth costs X rupees. Now, what is he saying? He's saying he's selling the cloth at 10% loss. No. What does it mean? He's saying this 1 meter of cloth is at 0.9x. That is what he's saying. He's saying 1 meter cloth. He's selling 1 meter cloth at 0.9x. But he's using a false scale. That means he's not selling 1 meter cloth. Let's say he's selling Y meters cloth. Y means this Y obviously would be less than 1. It could be zero point 0.5 meters, zero point 0.7 meters, whatever. Let's say he's selling, we don't know what is this Y. He's saying he's selling 1 meter, but in reality he's selling something less than 1, which is Y. Y could be 0.7, 0.8, 0.5, whatever. There's many meters. Y meters of cloth he's selling for 0.9x. Because 1 meter is X, he's saying 10% loss he is doing. That means Y meters in reality he is selling at 0.9x. Now, but in reality, for Y meters, what it would have costed? For 1 meter, if it is X, for Y meters, it will be XY, right? If 1 meter it is X, then zero point 0.5 meters will be 0.5x. 0.3 meters will be 0.3x. So for Y meters, it will be YX, which is equal to XY. So for Y meters of cloth, he's selling it as 0.9x, but in reality it is taking his cost price is actually Y into X, which is X into Y. So X into Y is his cost price, 0.9x is his selling price. And what is he saying? Doing this, he's gaining 15%. That means his profit percent is 15%. Right. So that means selling price minus cost price by cost price is equal to 15%. What is selling price? Selling price is 0.9x minus what is cost price xy by cost price xy is equal to 0.15. If you simplify this, 0.9x equal to 0.15 plus xy, 0.15 xy plus xy, which is equal to 1.15 xy. X and x will cancel out. Y is equal to 0.9 by 1.15, 0.7826. 0.7826 meters. That means 78.26 centimeters. What is y? Y is what he is actually selling as 1 meter. Right. Why is what in reality is selling, but he is claiming that he is selling 1 meter. Right. So the scale is actually 78 centimeters, 0.26, 78.26 centimeters. He is claiming it as 1 meter. Hope you understood this problem, right? We assumed 1 meter, the original cost is X rupees. Okay. But he is saying he's selling at 10% loss. That means he's saying 1 meter cloth I am selling at 0.9x. Now, but in reality, he's not selling 1 meter. He is actually selling Y meters. Y is less than 1. He is selling it at 0.9x. 0.9x. But Y meters, his cost price is not 0.9x. His cost price is actually Y into X. Right? Because originally the cost price is supposed to be 1 meter X rupees. Then Y meters it will be Yx. If it is Y is zero point 0.5, it is 0.5x. Y is zero point 0.7, it is 0.7x. Right? Y into X, that is. So for Y meters, the cost price should have been xy and sales price will be 0.9x. So 0.9x minus xy by xy is actually 15%. 15% means 0.15. If you simplify this, y becomes 0.7826. 0.7826 meters is equal to 78.26 centimeters. Right, next one. Same dishonest dealer case. A dishonest dealer professes to sell his goods at cost price, but he uses a weight of 960 grams 960 grams for the kg weight. Find his gain percent. Okay. So what is he saying? I'll try to simplify this. He's trying to say uh, 1,000 grams. He's telling 1,000 grams. He's selling 1,000 grams. In reality, he's selling 960 grams. I'll try to simplify this problem. Let us assume 1,000 grams. 1,000 grams. The cost is 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees. What does that mean? 960 grams cost will be 960 rupees, right? For him. Let us assume. But he is selling 960 grams for 1,000 rupees, right? So this 960 rupees will become cost price. What is his selling price? He is portraying it as 1,000. That means selling price is become 1,000. 1,000 is selling price. So what is the difference? Difference is selling price minus cost price, which is 1,000 minus 960 by 960 into 1,000 into 100, right? Selling price minus cost price by cost price into 100 will give you whatever is the percent. This is equal to 25 by 6%, right? 40 by 960. 40 by 960 into 100, which is 25 by 6%. Okay. No need to worry all of this. So simply assume for 1,000 grams, it is 1,000 rupees. For 1,000 grams, it is 1,000 rupees. That means 960 grams, it should have been 960 rupees. The cost price is 960 rupees. Right. Let's assume 1,000 grams, the cost price is 1,000 rupees. 960 grams, then it will become cost price as 960 rupees. Now, he is saying he is selling the goods at cost price. That means 960 grams. He's saying he's selling instead of for this 960 grams, he's saying he's selling 1,000 rupees and it cost price, which means 1,000 rupees. So what that means, his original cost price is 960 and his selling price is 1,000. What that means? Selling price minus cost price by cost price. So 40 by 960 into 100, which is equal to 25 by 6%. Okay. A table is sold at a profit of 20%. If the cost price and selling price are 200 less, the profit would be 8% more. So what was the original cost price and selling price? Let's assume something. S and C. Selling price minus cost price by C. Cost price is equal to zero point 0.2. Now what he is saying, if it is 200 less, S is 200 less, C is also 200 less. What that means? S minus 200 minus C minus 200, C minus 200 is 8% higher, equal to 0.28. Right. So 200 will cancel. S minus C by C minus 200 equal to 0.28. Right. Now, so what is this S minus C? From the earlier equation, S minus C equal to zero point 0.2 into C. Let's substitute that. 0.2 into C is equal to 0.28 into C minus 200. Right. What that means? 0.08 C. 8.08. This minus this 0.08 C is equal to 0.28 into 200. That means C equal to 200. What is C? The cost price. The cost price of the table is actually 700 rupees. The cost price of 15 tables be equal to selling price of 20 tables. Find the loss percent. What is saying? 15 tables cost price, 15 into C is equal to 20 tables selling price 20 into S. What does that mean? C equal to 20 by 15, 20 by 15 S. That means 4 by 5 S. Now what is saying? What is the last percent? Last percent is selling price minus cost price by cost price. S minus, we just discussed the C is 4 by 5. Oh, no, 4 by 3 S. So we'll just substitute here. S minus 4 by 3 S by 4 by 3 S. This S will get cancelled. This is 1 minus 4 by 3 is minus 1 by 3 by 4 by 3. This 3 will get cancelled, minus 1 by 4. That means loss is actually 25%. Minus means loss, right? Selling price is less than cost price. Selling price is less than cost price. That means it is a loss, which is the loss is 25%. Okay. If the cost price of 6 articles is equal to selling price of 4 articles, find the gain percent. 6 into cost price is equal to 4 into selling price. What is selling price minus cost price by cost price? Let's substitute it here. C is equal to 4 by 6s. That means 2 by 3s. S minus 2 by 3s by 2 by 3s. Right. That means 1 minus 2 by 3, which is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 by 2 by 3. 3 and 3 will get cancelled. S and S will get cancelled, equal to 1 by 2, which means 50% is the gain percent. Right. By selling 33 meters of cloth, a man gains the sales price of 11 meters. Right. So what is the gain percent? What is by selling 33% of cloth? That means 33% into sales price, 33S. That is the selling price. And what is his cost? 33 into C. Let's assume S is the sales price, C is the cost price. 33S minus 33C. He's saying this is equal to sales price of 11 meters, right? Which is equal to 11 into S, right? 33 meters of selling price minus 33 meters of cloth price. This is the gain. This gain is equal to 11 meters of selling price, 11S. Okay, what does that mean? 22S is equal to 33C. Simplifying this unit, 22 is equal to 33C, S equal to 3 by 2C. Now what is the gain percent? S minus C by C, which is 3 by 2C minus C by C. 3 by 2 is 1.5 C minus C is equal to 0.5 C by C is equal to 0.5, which is equal to 50%. Right. And 50%. So you understood this. A man sold 2 watches for 1,000 each. On one, he gains 25%. On the other, he loses 20%. Find how much does he gain or lose in the whole transaction. Let us assume the cost price of first one is X, cost price of second one is Y. What is he saying? On the first, he gained 25%. That means selling price minus cost price by cost price is equal to 0.25. 1,000 minus X by X, X is cost price. 1,000 minus X by X is equal to 0.25. That means X is equal to 800. This is very good. He bought the first one for 800 and sold it for 1,000, which means he gained 25%. The second one, again, selling price minus cost price by cost price is equal to, he lost. He lost 20%, equal to minus 0.2. Right. Loss is minus 0.2. Either you write it minus 0.2 here, or y minus 1,000, you call it positive. Right. You can do both ways. Okay. Here it is loss. That's why the sales price minus cost price by cost price is equal to minus 0.2. That means y is equal to, simplifying this, y is equal to 1,250. 1,250, you sold it for 20% loss, 20% of 1,250, right? That is equal to 250. He sold it for 250. The 250 loss, which becomes the selling price is 1,000, right? Now, what is the total cost price? 800 plus 1,250, right? X plus Y. What is the total selling price? 1,000 each. That means 2,000. So, total cost, total sales price minus total cost by total cost is equal to 2,000 minus X plus Y, which is 1,250 plus 800 by total cost price 2050. 2,000 minus 2050 by 2050 is equal to minus 50 by 2050. What is minus 50 by 50, minus 50 by 2050? 50 by 2050 is equal to 1 by 41. 50 by 2050 is equal to minus 1 by 41. This is equal to 100 by 41% loss. Okay. 100 by 41% loss. So this is the correct answer. 100% by 41. This is the correct answer. Okay. Nikunj sold a machine to Sonia at a profit of 30%. Sonia sold this to Anu at a loss of 20%. If Nikunj paid 5,000 for this machine, find the cost price of unknown. Nikunj bought it at 5,000. What does that mean? He sold it at 30% to Sonia means 1 plus 30%, 1 plus 0.3 into 5,000 is his selling price to Sonia, which is this. Now Sonia sold this machine to Anu at a loss of 20%. What does that mean? Sonia's selling price is whatever Sonia's cost price into 1 minus 20%, which is 1 minus zero point 0.2 is equal to zero point 0.8. So this is Sonia's cost price, and 5,000 into 1.3 into zero point 0.8 is Sonia's selling price. This is equal to 5,000 into 1.3 into zero point 0.8. This becomes 5,200. So this 5,200 is the Sonia's selling price to Anu, which is Anu's cost price, right? Next one. How much percent must be added to the cost price of goods so that a profit of 20% must be made after throwing off a discount of 10% from the market price. Okay. Let's assume cost price is C, sales price is S, market price is M. Now he's saying 10% discount from the market price. That means sales price is equal to 1 minus 10% into market price. That is 1 minus zero point 0.1 into market price, which is equal to zero point 0.9 into market price. Sales and market price we know. Sales is equal to zero point 0.9 of market price. Right. Now, what is the profit he has to make? 20%. So selling price minus cost price by cost price is equal to 20%, which is equal to zero point 0.2. What is S in terms of M? S is equal to zero point 0.9 M. 0.9 M minus C by C is equal to zero point 0.2. What does that mean? 0.9 M is equal to 1.2 C. C goes this side and C plus 0.2 C, 1.2 C. That means M is equal to 1.2 C by zero point 0.9, which is equal to 4 by 3 C. Right. 4 by 3 C means what? 4 by 3 is 4 by 3 is equal to what? 4 by 3 is equal to 1 plus 1 by 3, right? 1 plus 1 by 3 into C. That means what is how much percent M is higher than C? It is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 is equal to 100 by 3%. 100 by 3% higher than C. M is 100 by 3% higher than C. What that means is right. 4 by 3. M is equal to 4 by 3. What does that mean? M is equal to C plus 1 by 3 C. So that means it is 33% higher than C. Okay. So market price should be 1 by 3, 100 by 3%, 100 by 3%, which is 33.3333% higher than C. Then only if you give 10% discount on the market price, you will still make 20% profit. Okay. After adding a discount of 12% on the market price of an article, it is sold for 880 rupees. Right. So what does that mean? 12% discount on market price. What does that mean? The sales price is equal to 1 minus 12%, 1 minus 0.12 into M market price, right? 1 minus 0.12 is 0.88 M. Sales price is equal to 0.88 into market price. What does that mean? Market price is equal to sales price, it is already given 880 rupees. 880 by 0.88. What is equal? It is equal to 1000 rupees. So 1000 rupees is the market price and 12% is the discount given, and that's how it was sold for 880 rupees. Next, find the single discount equivalent to successive discounts of 15% and 20%. 15% discount, that means 1 minus 15%, 1 minus 0.15, that is 0.85. Okay, original market price is equal to M, let's say. Then into 1 minus 15% into 1 minus into 0.85. That is the first discount. Then second discount is again 20%. That means into 1 minus zero point 0.2, which is equal to zero point 0.8. So total discount will be total price, the net price after both the discount will be M into 0.85 into zero point 0.8, which is equal to 0.68 M. Okay, so M, it was finally sold at 0.68 M. What does that mean? That means 32% discount was given. 1 minus 32, 1 minus 0.32 into M, right? So 0.32 is equal to 32% discount. Next, a shopkeeper offers 5% discount on all his goods to all his customers. He offers a further discount of 2% on the reduced price to those customers who pay cash. What will you actually have to pay for an article in cash if its market price is 4800? Market price is 4800. The first discount is 5%, which is 1 minus 5% into 4800. That means 1 minus 0.05 into 4800, which is 0.95 into 4800. This is the first discount is giving to everyone. Now, if you are paying by cash, then another 2% discount. That means 1 minus 2%, 1 minus 0.02, 1 that is 0.98. 0.98 into this whatever is the price after 5% discount, right? So net price will become 4800 into 0.95 into 0.98. This becomes 4468.8. You'll have to pay if you have to pay by cash. Otherwise, if you are not paying by cash, then your price will be 4800 into 0.95. Next one. The sales price of an article, including the sales tax, is 616 rupees. The rate of sales tax is 10%. If the shopkeeper has to make a profit of 12%, then the cost price of the article. Okay. So, what is the gross price? Gross price is the price inclusive of tax. Sales price plus tax is 616 rupees, right? And the tax is 10%, right? 10%. So 10% has to be paid to government. So what is saying gross amount is equal to sales price plus 10% of again sales price, right? 10% of sales price if they have to pay it to government. Okay, this is the tax. This part is tax. Okay. So what does that mean? Gross amount is 616. 616 equal to 1 plus 10%. 1 plus SP plus zero point 0.1 SP. This is equal to 1.1 sales price. Hey, 616 equal to 1.1 sales price. What is the sales price? 616 by 1.1. This is before tax. Right, 560 is collecting. On that 560 is adding 10% tax, right? That is 56 rupees, and then giving it to government, and then taking the 616 amount from the customer, right? First is 560 is for him, remaining 56 rupees is for the government. So together he is collecting 616 rupees, right? Now that's 56 rupees anyway he has to give to the government. So what is the profit for the shopkeeper is coming from this 560 only, right? Let us assume X is the cost price of this good. Now he is selling it for 560 rupees. You should not consider 616 because the remaining 56 is actually going to government. 560 is his profit. Whatever beyond 560, the remaining 56 rupees is going to government, right? So what 560 minus, let's assume cost price is X by X. Selling price minus cost price by cost price is equal to 12%. Right? If you solve this, 560 minus X is equal to 0.12X. That means X equal to 560 by 1.12. Right? Which is equal to 500. So X is 500. So the cost price of this good of this article is actually 500, and he's making a profit of 12% and making it selling it for 560, and because 560 in 560 he has to again pay 10% tax plus 56 rupees, so total he is collecting 616 rupees from the customer. A medical store owner purchased medicines worth 6,000 from a company. He sold one third part of the medicine at 30% loss. Okay, 6,000. What is one third? 2,000 plus 4,000. Right, 6,000. Let's make it three parts. First part and second and third part. 2,000 rupees worth medicines is sold at 30% loss. Right. 30% of 2,000 is 600. Right. So sales price of this 2,000 is 1,400. So he sold at 400, 600 loss, right? Now, on what gain he should sell so that is the rest of medicines, so that is neither gain nor loss. So 1400. 1400 is gone. 600 is already gone. He has to recover extra 600 here, right? So extra 600, positive 600. 600 by 4,000 will become his gain percent, right? And this 4,000, right? 600 by 4,000 is equal to 3 by 20 is equal to 15%. If he gains 15% in this 4,000, Then this 4,000, this 600 and this 600 will get cancelled and you will get net no, neither gain nor loss. Right. Next one. Sarans purchased 120 reams of paper at 80 per ream. He spent 280 on transportation, outright 40 paise per ream, and paid 72 rupees to the coolie. If he wants to have gain of 8%, what must be the selling price per ream? So, what is his total cost price? 120 reams, 80 reams. This is one cost. Plus 280 rupees he transported. That is also cost for him. Plus 40 paise per ream, 120 reams. 40 into 40 minus means zero point 0.4 rupees. Zero point 0.4 into 120 reams. That is also a cost for him plus 70 rupees to the coolie. That is also cost to him. 120 into 80 plus 280 plus zero point 0.4 into 120 plus 72. Total becomes 10,000. 10,000 is his total cost. Now he wants to gain 8%. That means 1 plus 8%. That means 1 plus 0.08, which is equal to 1.08. He wants to gain 1.08. 8% means selling price will become 1.08 into cost price, which is 10,000, which is 10,800. 10,800 is his total cost. Now there are 120 reams. Per each ream it will become selling price. He has to sell it at 1,800 by 120, which is equal to 90 rupees. He has to sell it at 90 rupees to gain 8% profit. Right? Right. Hope you understood these problems. Everything, all these problems are very simple. We just need to understand one concept very clearly. That is, gain percent or loss percent is equal to sales price minus cost price by cost price into 100. This is the only formula. Okay, for calculating cost price and selling price. And then we just need to be little careful on how to write this equation. Right. And in terms of the faulty machines or the faulty lens or faulty weights, we just need to understand if what would be his cost price. If he is selling less than what he is portraying, then what would it be would have been this his cost price of that lesser amount. Let's say he's selling 900 grams only and saying it is 1,000 grams. Then you have to understand what would be the cost of this 900 grams. And then, but he's selling, portraying it as the 1,000 grams means what is his actual selling price? So selling price minus cost price by cost price will again give, right? I hope you have understood these problems. Anyway, if you have any doubts, please reach out. Please comment and then we'll take this up again. Thank you guys. Bye bye.